The D.C. Council this week gave preliminary approval to a plan to erect a statue of Marion Barry outside City Hall. We've got pictures of what it looks like now as the final touches are being added by a sculptor in Pennsylvania. It will be an 8-foot tall bronze statue that someone who has seen it built from the beginning says bears an incredible likeness to Marion Barry. Are you okay with a statue of former Mayor Marion Barry being placed in front of the John Wilson building on Pennsylvania Avenue? For those who don't know, it's our city hall. You can go to WUSA9.com/vote or the WUSA9 app and let us know what you think. Ron Baker and his twin brother Don are among the best known and sought after photographers in all of the country. Ron is a D.C. native, and he joins us this evening to talk about his role in the Marion Barry Sculpture Project. Thanks for joining us, Ron. Nice seeing you.
Thank you.
I'm used to seeing you and your brother, twin brother, all the time. Okay.
Yeah, he's working.
Yeah, so tell me how you got involved with the project.
Okay, well, Cora Masters Barry, who we've known for actually since 1976, when Marion was running for his second term at City Council.
We're talking Marion's widow.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
She called me and asked if my brother and I could get involved with documenting the process as they went from one stage of the development of the statue to the next. Okay. And so we've been doing that from one of the early meetings until we went to the studio, Steve Weitzman's studio, where the sculpture had started. Okay.
You say it bears an incredible likeness to the former mayor.
The finished product looks so much like him that it's just unbelievable. I mean, the artist has hands touched by God, I believe. Really? And certainly Cora Masters Barry believes it as well.
Okay, you're a D.C. native?
Yes.
Okay, grew up here in D.C., and you've known Marion Barry forever, right?
Since '76, yes.
Okay, what does it mean to you to work on this project?
Well, it means quite a bit because I've followed and photographed as a photojournalist, as you know. I've followed Marion Barry since 1976, and it's got to the point where he even ultimately knew my daughter, who has a real estate and law business in D.C. So,
and I got to say, I've seen those pictures. You've got pictures of Marion Barry, you know, as he traveled the world. You got him with all kind of dignitaries, that sort of thing. I want to ask you though, you know, especially on social media, you know, people hide and they say, you know, some pretty cruel and mean things, and there might be some honesty in there also, though. Some people have a problem with the statue of Marion Barry going in front of the John Wilson building, and of course, come on, let's lay it out there. It's because of what went national, and that is, you know, his getting caught in the FBI sting at the Vista Hotel, getting arrested, smoking the crack, and then he served some time in prison. What do you make of that?
Well, I think my belief is that a man and a woman, they start out life at birth, and then they live that life and then they die. Whatever time God gives you, in that time you could be successful or a failure. But you get a chance to get a second chance. And I think a lot of the people who have issues with the drug problem should be closely, should focus closely on that problem that exists in our country today. I mean, we have opioids now. Back then it was crack.
And a lot of the people who were arrested back then for marijuana, look at, lo and behold, marijuana is legal in a lot of instances now. Also, you talk about Marion Barry's civil rights record, 4 times. Nobody's come close to being elected mayor of this city more than twice. I think Tony Williams was the last 2 terms. Yes. Marion Barry did it 4 times. Yes. Brought minorities into government, that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, people need to also, we live in a time right now where we have access to information from around the world. There is no reason for anyone who has an opinion about something not to do their research first. I mean, absolutely, Marion Barry was born in Mississippi, in rural Mississippi in 1936. And here's a man that rose up educational-wise to go work on his doctorate. Right. So that says a lot about what his focus was, education.
Yeah, absolutely right. Jim Graham, the late D.C. councilman, once said, D.C. is Marion Barry and Marion Barry is D.C. Okay? And I really believe that sums it up. Our poll question is, you okay with the statue of Marion Barry going up outside the Wilson building? I'm okay with it. I've said time and time again, I owe my career to Marion Barry, the highs and the lows. Covered all of it with this guy. But I want to know what you think. WUSA9.com/vote or the WUSA9 app. If you'd prefer to tweet me, it's Bruce Johnson 9, and I tweet back. We'll be right back after this.